Howdy folks, welcome back to Elite Dangerous closed alpha test. I've been messing around in anticipation of this thing going into premium beta. There are going to be 200 cubic light years of space to explore in multiplayer. For now, I'm just concentrating on
hyperspace sequence initiated.
Getting used to the navigation controls.
Hyperspace jump in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There's going to be 200 cubic light years of space to explore in the premium beta first phase. The actual game itself will have the entire galaxy, and the only limit will be if your ship has the jump range and the fuel, then you can go there. For now, in the closed alpha, there are only a couple of locations you can fly to, which makes sense with the limited number of people playing in the closed alpha. You don't want to have them scattered all over the place. And the purpose of the closed alpha isn't to wander around exploring the galaxy, it's to test the game's core systems. But the closed alpha is rapidly coming to an end, and then it goes into premium beta for early backers of the game, and then open beta. So what I'm doing here is I'm just testing out and familiarising myself with some of the basic systems, like for example, the subsystem scanner. And that Anaconda has a seriously large amount of weapons mounted on it. And this is all stuff that I really should have done, or gotten used to, long before this stage of the game, but I really haven't been playing Elite Dangerous as much as I should have. You can see there's an Anaconda mining ship up there. It's what I'm locked onto at the moment. And I'm just sightseeing and re-familiarising myself with the basic flight controls, as well as trying to, get to grips with some of the ship systems that I really should have learned to master long before now if I wasn't so incredibly lazy. And I'm not talking about anything particularly advanced like turning off flight assist and mastering Newtonian physics-based flight, or running in silent mode and sneaking up on people using stealth. You know, nothing as remotely advanced as that. Just basic stuff like figuring out how to use subsystem targeting systems, for example, or even stuff as simple as turning on the ship lights, deploying the landing gear. And so, you know, that's what I'm doing now. Checking out the various different systems on my ship. I've just turned my ship's forward lighting systems on. There you go. Now, I want to draw your attention to the fact that I've just mentioned advanced techniques like silent running mode, staying stealthed. Right there, on the list of contacts that my radar is picking up, there's an ejected heatsink. Now, I didn't notice the significance of that at first, and it slowly dawned on me that what is actually happening right now, somebody is running with his shields off and most of his systems powered down so he can sneak up behind me. But even when you're only running on the bare essential systems, they still generate heat, and when your heat signature reaches a certain threshold, my sensors will pick him up. So to prevent that happening, every now and then he ejects a heatsink. Do you see him? Look at that sneaky bastard. There he is. He knows I've spotted him. There he goes, his shields are coming up. I've got to get the hell out of here. You sneaky son of a bitch. I'm not taking any chances here. This guy's stalking me. He could just be practicing running in stealth mode, but he could be trying to kill me as well. And this is a brand new ship, no upgrades. I'm getting the hell out of here. The one advantage that I do have if this does come down to a shooting fight is that I do not have auto-targeting weapons. Just kick in the afterburners there and get some distance, so I can plot a hyperspace jump. If you are running in stealth mode, auto-tracking weapons cannot lock on. There were some comments in one of the previous videos that fighting was easy mode in Elite Dangerous because I was using weapons that were gimbal mounted and had a limited field of traverse and would lock onto whatever target. As long as it was vaguely in front of me, my guns would be able to track it and shoot it. That doesn't work against somebody running in stealth mode. There's nothing for the weapons to lock onto. You're 100% completely defenseless against them. So it's a kind of rock, paper, scissors thing. On the other hand, even the cheap, well, free, fixed forward-firing pulse lasers that this ship is equipped with, they work against everything. You just have to be precise with your shots. And I'm getting paranoid again. I've turned around trying to see if I can find this guy, and I just can't see him. He could be anywhere. If he's stealthed up again, I'm going to have no idea where he is. My sensors aren't going to pick him up, and I have to physically look around using the old Mark 1 eyeball and try to spot his ship amongst all of this crap. I've got no chance. I have no idea why I'm flying back in towards him. He could be behind me again right now, and I wouldn't know about it. Pulling the old Crazy Ivan manoeuvre and clearing your baffles, flipping and checking what's going on behind you every now and then, especially when you're in a tight asteroid belt like this, is never a bad idea. Now I've just deployed the weapons hardpoints, you can see there, the 2 pulse lasers. Of course, if anybody is locked onto me, they will be getting the message that my weapons hardpoints have just been deployed, and you're kind of escalating the engagement now. So I think I'm going to get out of here. Let's jump to... yeah. Federal Combat Bond Zone.
Hyperspace sequence initiated. Hyperspace jump in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, what this sector is all about, basically it's a place for you to grind credits and practice combat. There is a federal dreadnought here, the Impeccable, which I've just locked onto, and waves and waves and waves of pirate fighters are constantly attacking it. And you earn a bounty for every one of the pirates that you kill. There's the Impeccable. As you can see, under attack by waves of pirate ships. Now, unlike the single-player combat scenarios, which were in the first phase of the alpha test, this is a multiplayer zone, and there is absolutely nothing to stop another player from attacking you. All that will happen is that a bounty will be levied against him, and anybody who eventually shoots down and kills that player will collect whatever bounty has currently been posted on him in that sector. For example, you could have a bounty on your head of 1,000 credits in the Iota Pavonis system, but be completely clean in the Beta Hydrae system, because you haven't committed any crimes in the Beta Hydrae system. And one of the first things that you will see when you do lock onto somebody and scan them is exactly how many credits they are worth in the current star system, which also gives you an indication of how dangerous they're likely to be. The obvious and most immediate way of telling whether or not you're shooting at somebody who's an actual player or just the AI is that a player will always have the title Commander. So Cordelia Connors here is an AI, one of the NPC pilots.
Under attack.
Yeah, the computer does like to remind you of the obvious every now and then.
Target shields offline.
That confused the hell out of me at first. Target shields offline. I kept thinking the computer was saying the target shields are fine. How can they be fine? I've been shooting at them. It genuinely took me a while to realise exactly what the computer was saying. Yeah, if these were players, I'd have been dead a long time ago. But you got to learn to walk before you can learn to run. And that's primarily what this sector is for. Although there is, as I said earlier, absolutely nothing whatsoever to stop another player from going after kills on the guys who are defending the Dreadnought. This is the multiplayer phase of the beta, after all. And all I'm essentially doing here is just refamiliarising myself with the game. It has been a long time since I've played the Elite Dangerous beta. I've just been too busy. And I really do need to practice before it goes into premium beta on the 30th of May. When it's gonna be... oh crap. She's getting her shields back up. Come on, come on. 13%, 10%. She's gonna get her shields back.
Target shields
God
online.
damn it. I've got to knock her shields down again before I can finish her off, and I've got to hold down to 10%. And that's why I'm doing this. It's because I need to practice. Because once this thing goes into premium beta, when you've got 200 cubic light years of space to explore, you can go pretty much anywhere, pretty much do anything. This is going to turn into a first-person perspective EVE Online. There are going to be player killers. There are going to be bounty hunters, pirates, and they're not going to be AI. So I really, really do need... Yes, gotta... Took my time about it. And there's my bounty. 300 credits. So, and that's pretty much what I've been doing in this video, just trying to refamiliarise myself with how the whole thing works, as well as exploring other options that I never really bothered getting into in previous videos, because I'm really, really lazy. Basic stuff like ship subsystems, subsystem targeting, operating the various different bits and pieces on my ship that aren't the immediate flight controls and weapon systems, stuff that is going to be your bread and butter when this thing gets off the ground.
Hyperspace sequence initiated.
And of course, one of the other things that's going to be an integral part of the game,
Hyperspace jump in 5,
and which killed
4,
so many
3,
players in the original
2,
Elite,
1.
docking at a space station. Welcome to the Zalada starport in high orbit over Iota Cruxis 1. First thing we're going to have to do is request docking clearance.
Incoming priority message.
There we go. Proceed to landing pad 16. It gives you 10 minutes to complete your docking maneuvers. If you fail to complete the docking maneuver within 10 minutes, it hits you with a loitering fine and makes you go through the whole procedure again. Now, you might be thinking, if you're new to the Elite series, like, what the hell, 10 minutes just to dock with a space station? Well, 10 minutes is a generous allotment of time. But that's one of the things about Elite. Learning to dock with a space station in the original Elite was the source of more player deaths than any number of AI pirates or aliens. These are Coriolis stations. They rotate. You have to match your rotation in order to not create a Jingles-shaped hole in the side of the space station. And it is a lot easier, as it desperately needed to be, in Elite Dangerous, than it was in the original Elite, but that was part of the challenge of the original Elite. It was so bastard hard. Now, you could eventually, and it didn't cost much, buy a docking computer that would automate the whole system for you. Where's my landing pad? Oh, there it is. It's below me, except now it's above me. And now it's below me again. There's no up or down in space, obviously. It's all relative to whichever way you're positioned. And I'm sure you're probably going to be able to buy a docking computer in Elite Dangerous to automate this whole procedure for you as well. But at first, you have to learn how to do it the old-fashioned way. So I'm just going to loiter around here for a while and try to find... Ah, there it is. Put my lights on, deploy my landing gear, and proceed to landing pad 16. And this is significantly easier than it was back on the old BBC microcomputer in the original Elite, but it's still pretty tricky. Here we go. And once you appear over the pad, you will get some docking assistance. There it is. And now it's fine control. Come on. Come on. Straighten out. Shit, I'm not on the pad. Forward. And there we go. Made it. Not a perfect landing, but hey. I am nothing if not famous for my crappy landings in War Thunder. Why should Elite be any different? Here we are. Welcome to Port Zalada. And you can see the various different options that become available to you when you're docked at a space station. And I did take some damage in that engagement with the pirates attacking the Dreadnought Impeccable. So first thing I'm going to do is spend some of my bounty money to repair my ship. Pulse laser's damaged, we'll fix that. There we go. And that seems to be everything. And the hull. Okay, good stuff. There we go, hull's back at 100%. Why am I still in the repair menu? Jingles, what are you doing? Get out of here. No, get out of here, Jingles. It's the back button. There we go. Right, what else do we have available here? Well, the Pilots Federation is telling me that I have a 450 credit bounty on my head in the Iota Cruxis system, so rather than make myself a target for bounty hunters, I'll pay that off. You actually start the multiplayer segment of the game with that bounty on your head, just to make things slightly more interesting. Here is the outfitting section, where you can buy upgrades for your ship, and you can see the various different items that we have fitted. I can't afford any of them, I am completely broke, but you can see the kind of things that are going to be available. Upgraded weapons, sensors, countermeasures, utility systems, all sorts of good stuff. And of course all the systems that your ship starts with are worth exactly nothing, so you can't even trade them in to get a shortcut to some upgrades. Oh well. You know, there's nothing wrong with having to do things the hard way. If nothing else, it teaches you how to play the game properly. And it doesn't take you long to earn money. At the moment, in the multiplayer alpha, it's fairly limited. All you can really do, well, you've got two choices. You can earn money the easy way or the hard way. And the easy way is doing what I've been doing in this video, and going after federal bounties on AI pirates attacking the Dreadnought Impeccable. Or if you want to do things the hard way, and you're a bit braver and better than me, you can earn money the hard way and claim bounties on player pilots who've been going after other players. The choice is yours, and while it's true that the choices are fairly limited to, you know, just those two choices, at the moment that's because it's just the multiplayer alpha. When the premium beta goes live, you've got that 200 cubic light years of space to explore, which is itself just a tiny fraction of what you're going to be able to explore in the released version of the game. You're going to have the entire galaxy to run around in. You can do whatever you want. You can be a trader. You can speculate on the stock market. You can run contraband on the black market. You can be a mercenary for the Empire or the Federation. You can be a bounty hunter, a pirate, a trader, an explorer, whatever you want. The choice is entirely up to you, and that's exactly as it should be. You get bored with one career, you want to do something different, then just go ahead and do something different. For example, one of the things that I did in the previous Elite games was set myself up as an explorer, traded in my ship for an Imperial Courier scout ship, fitted it with a hydrogen scoop and a hydrogen-powered jump drive, and just flew out there, trying to see how far I could take the ship before I ran out of fuel and got lost. Now, if you had a hydrogen scoop fitted on the ship, for example, you could always mine fuel in the gas giants of whatever system you ended up in. And I managed to get a couple of thousand light years away off the beaten track before I eventually ended up in a system that didn't have any gas giants in it and didn't have enough fuel to retrace my steps. But that was entirely my own fault, and I do love games that allow you the freedom to make that kind of mistake. If I had planned a jump to an uncharted system and left myself enough fuel in reserve to jump back to the system that I had left, where I would be able to mine fuel, top up my fuel tanks, and then try jumping to another system, I wouldn't have ended up stranded in uncharted space. And Elite Dangerous is going to offer you that kind of freedom as well, because the freedom to make that kind of mistake, to try something brave and fail gloriously at it, has always been what the Elite games have been about, and I think that's fantastic. So, Elite fans, you've got a lot to be getting excited about, and I managed to get through this entire Elite Dangerous video without mentioning Star Citizen once. Except for there. Sorry about that. Anyway, let's get out of here.
Under attack.
What? Oh shit. I can't abort the jump. Oh crap. There's a pirate. Shit, my shields are down. Come on. Come on. Get out of here. Jump! Shit, that one was close.